2026년 4월 8일 수요일 오전 10시 3분입니다. 강연 TV를 시작하겠습니다. 이번 시간은 구약성경 사무엘상 26장 17절부터 영어 성경으로 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. And Saul knew David saw voice and said, "Is this thy voice, my son David?" And David said, "It is my voice, my lord, O king." And he said, "Wherefore does my lord thus pursue after his servant? For what have I done, or what evil is in my hand?" Now therefore I pray thee, let my Lord the King hear the words of his servant. If the Lord have stirred thee up against me, let him accept an offering. But if they be the children of men, cursed by they before the Lord, for they have driven me out this day, providing in the inheritance of the Lord, saying, "Go serve other gods." Now therefore let not my brother fall to the earth before the face of the Lord, for the king of Israel is come out to seek fury, as when one does hunt partridge in the mountains. Then said Saul, "I have sinned, return my son David, for I will not more do thee harm, because my soul was precious in thine eyes this day. Behold, I have prayed full, and have erred exceedingly." And David answered and said, "Behold, the king's spear, and let one of the young men come over and fetch it." The Lord render to every man his righteousness and his faithfulness. For the Lord delivered thee into my hand today, but I would not stretch forth mine hand against the Lord's anointed. And behold, as thy life was much set by this day in mine eyes, so let my life be much set by in the eyes of the Lord, and let him deliver me out of all tribulation." Then Saul said to David, "Blessed be thou, my son David, thou shalt both do great things, and also should still prevail." So David went on his way, and Saul returned to his place. And David said in his heart, "I shall now perish one day by the hand of Saul. There is nothing better for me than that I should speedily escape into the land of the Philistines, and Saul shall despair of me to seek me any more in any coast of Israel. So shall I escape out of his hand." And David rose, and he passed over with the 600 men that were with him unto Agis, the son of Moab, king of Gad. And David dwelt with Agis at God, he and his men, every man with his household, even David with his two wives, Ahi, Noam, the Israelites, and Abigail, the Carmelites, Nabal's wife, and it was told Saul that David was brought to God, and he sought no more gain for him. And David said unto Agis, if I have now found grace in thine eyes, let them give me praise in some town in the country, that I may dwell there. For why should thy servant dwell in the royal city with thee? Then Agis gave him Shiklag the day, wherefore Shiklag pertains unto the kings of Judah until this day. And the time that David dwelt in the country of the Philistines was 4 years and 4 months also. And David and his men went up and invaded the Gesurites and Gezerites and the Amalekites, for those nations were of old the inhabitants of the land, as thou goest to Sur, even unto the land of Edom. And David smote the land and left neither man nor woman alive, and took away the sheep and the oxen and the asses and the camels and the apparel and the little, and came to Agis. And Agis said, whither have ye made a road today? And David said, against the south of Judah and against the south of the Israelites. Ramuelites and against the south of the Canaanites. And David said, neither man nor woman alive to bring tidings to God, saying, rest they should tell on us, saying, so did David, and so will be his manner all the while he dwells in the country of the Philistines. And Agis believed David, saying, he has made his people Israel utterly to honor him. Therefore he shall be my servant forever. And it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare to fight with Israel. And Agis said unto David, no, thou assuredly that thou shalt go out with me to battle, thou and thy men. And David said to Agis, surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. And Agis said to David, therefore will I make thee keeper of mine head forever. Now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those that had the family or spirits and the wizards all over the land. And the Philistines gathered themselves together and came and put seed in Shunem, and Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gilboa. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. Then said Saul unto his servants, seek me a woman that a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, behold, there is a woman that has a familiar spirit at Endor. And Saul disquieted himself and put on other raiment, and he went and two men with him, and they came to the woman by night, and he said, I pray thee, bind unto me by it familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, behold, thou knowest what Saul has done, how he has cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizard song out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? And Saul sware to her by Judah, saying, as the Lord lives, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, bring me up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, why hast thou deceived me, for thou art Saul? And the king said unto her, be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw God ascending out of the earth. And he said unto her, what form is he of? And she said, an old man comes up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel, and he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me, and answers me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? And the Lord has done to him as he spake by me, for the Lord has entered the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. Because thou obeyed the star, not obey the star, not the voice of the Lord, nor execute the star. His fears rest upon Amalek. Therefore, has the Lord done this thing unto this day. And moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel with the into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. The Lord also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines. Then Saul fell straightway all along on the earth, and was sore afraid because of the words of Samuel, and there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all the day, nor all the night. And the woman came unto Saul, and saw that he was sore troubled, and said unto him, behold, thine handmaid has obeyed thy voice, and I have put my life in my hand, and have hearkened unto thy words which thou spakest unto me. Now therefore I pray thee, hearken thou also unto the voice of thine handmaid, and let me set a morsel of bread before thee, and eat, that thou mayest have strength when thou goest on thy way. But he refused and said, I will not eat. But his servants, together with the woman, compelled him, and he hearkened unto their voice. So he arose from the earth and sat upon the bed. And the woman had a pet calf in the house, and she hasted and killed it, and took flour and did it, and did bake unleavened bread thereof. And she brought it before Saul and before his servants, and they did it. Then they rose up and went away that night. Now the Philistines gathered together all their armies to Abek, and the Israelites pitched by a pound or tin, which is in Israel. And the loads of the Philistines passed on by hundreds and by thousands, but David and his men passed on in the rear with Achis. Then said the princes of the Philistines, what to these Hebrews here? And I guess I said unto the princes of the Philistines, is not this David, the servant of Saul, the king of Israel, which has been with me these days or these years, and I have found no fault in him, since he fell unto me unto this day. And the princes of the Philistines were lost with him. And the princes of the Philistines said unto him, make this fellow return, that he may go again to his place which thou hast appointed him, and let him not go down with us to battle, lest in the battle he be an adversary to us. For where should he reconcile himself unto his master? Should it not be with the heads of this man? It's not this David of whom they sang on one to another in dance song, saying Saul slew his thousands and David his 10,000. Then Agis called David and said unto him, surely as the Lord arrives, thou hast been upright and thy going out and thy coming in with me in the host is good in my sight, for I have not found evil in thee since the day of thy coming unto me unto this day. Therefore, service the Lord does favor thee not. April now return and go in peace that though this proves not the road of the Philistines. And David said unto Agis, but what have I done, and what hast thou found in thy servants so long as I have been with thee unto this day, that I may not go fight against the enemies of my lord the king? And Agis answered and said to David, I know that thou art good in my sight as an angel of God, notwithstanding the princes of the Philistines have said, he shall not go up with us to the battle. Wherefore now rise up early in the morning with thy master's servants, that come with thee, and as soon as ye be up early in the morning and have right depart. So David and his men arose early to depart in the morning to return into the land of the Philistines, and the Philistines went up to Israel. And he came to pass when David and his men were come to Shigulak on the same day that the Amalekites had invaded the south, and Shigulak and smitten Shigulak and burned it with fire, and they had taken to women captives that were therein. They slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captive. Then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David two was were taken captive. He Noam the Israelites, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal, the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people speak of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And David said to Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod. And Abiathar brought cedar the ephod to David. And David inquired at the Lord, saying, shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him, pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail cover all. So David went he and the 600 men that were with him and came to the brook Sol, where those they were left behind stayed. But David pursued he and 400 men for 200 aboard behind, which were so faint that they could not go over the brook Sol. And they found an Egyptian in the field and brought him to David and gave him bread and he did eat and they made him drink water. And they gave him a piece of a cake of pigs and 2 clusters of raisins. And when he had eaten, his spirit came again to him, for he had eaten no bread nor drink any water 3 days and 3 nights. And David said unto him, to whom belongs thou, and whence art thou? And he said, I am a young man of Egypt, servant to Amalekite, and my master left me because 3 days gone I fell sick. We made in Beizon upon the south of the Kero side, and upon the coast which belongs to Judah, and upon the south of Caleb, and we burned she Lark with fire. And David said to him, canst thou bring me down to this company? And he said, swear unto me by God that thou wilt neither kill me nor deliver me into the hands of my master, and I will bring thee down to this company. And when he had brought him down, behold, they were spread abroad upon all the earth, eating and drinking and dancing, because of all the great spoil that they had taken out of the land of the Philistines and out of the land of Judah. And David smote them upon the twilight, even unto the evening of the next day, and there escaped not a man of them, save 400 young men, which rode upon camels and fled. And David recovered all that he Amalekites had carried away, and David only secured his 2 waivers, and there was nothing lacking to them, neither small nor great, neither sons nor daughters, neither spoil nor anything that they had taken to them. And David recovered all, and David the flocks and the herders which they drave before those other cattle, and said, this is David's spoil. And David came to the 200 men, which were so faint that they could not follow David, whom they had made also to abide at the brook of Sol. And they went forth to meet David and to meet the people that were with him. And when David came near to the people, he saluted them. then answered all the wicked men and men about Belial of those that went with David and said, because they went not with us, we will not give them aught of the spoil that we have recovered, save to every man his wife and his that they may lead them away and depart. Then said David, ye shall not do so. My present with that which the Lord has given us, who has preserved us and delivered the company that came against us into our hand. For who will hearken unto you in this matter? But as his part is that goes down to the bitter, so shall his part be that this by the stupor they shall part like. And it was so from that day forward that he made it a statute and an ordinance for Israel unto this day. And when David came to Ziklag, he sent for unto the elders of Judah, even to his friends, saying, behold, a present for you of the spoil of the enemies of the Lord, to them which we are in Bethel, and to them which we are in South Ramoth, and to them which we are in Yatir. And to them which we are in Aroel, and to them which we are in Shipmoth, and to them which we are in Sodmoa, and to them which we are in Lagar, and to them which we are in the cities of the Elijah, and to them which we are in the cities of the Kenaiah, and to them which we are in Hormah, and to them which we are in Golasan, and to them which we are in Adak, and to them which we are in Hebron, and to all the places where David himself and his men we are wanted to hunt. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fought from before the Philistines, and fell down slain in Mount Gilboa. And the Philistines followed hard upon Saul and upon his sons, and the Philistines slew Jonathan and Abinadab and Malchi. So Saul's sons, and the battle went sore against Saul, and the archers hit him, and he was sore wounded of the archers. Then said Saul unto his armor of the other, throw the sword, and thrust me through the orbital, lest these uncircumcised come and thrust me through and abuse me, but these are more of the oral would not, for he was sore afraid. Therefore, Saul took a sword and fell upon it. And when his more of your so that Saul was dead, he fell likewise upon his sword and died with him. So Saul died, and his 3 sons and his armor of valor, and all his men that same day together. And when the men of Israel that we are on the other side of the valley, and that we are on the other side Jordan, so that the men of Israel fled, and the Saul and his sons we are dead. They forsook the cities and fled, and the Philistines came and dwelt in them. And it came to pass on the morrow when the Philistines came to strip the slain, they found Saul and his 3 sons fallen in Mount Gilboa. They cut off his head and stripped off his armor and sent into the land of the Philistines around about to publish it in the house of their idols and among the people. And they put his armor in the house of Astarot, and they passed on his body to the wall of Son. And when the inhabitants of Yabes Gilad heard of that which the Philistines had done to Saul, or valiant men arose and went all night and took the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons from the war of Bethsan, and came to Yabes and burnt them there. And they took their bones and buried them under a tree at Yabes and fasted 7 days. 사무엘상 31장 13절까지 읽어서 사무엘상을 끝까지 다 읽었습니다. 다음은 사무엘하인데, 사무엘하는 저녁에 계속해서 읽도록 하겠습니다. 시작합니다. 안녕히 계십시오.